Hello there, this is Christy Lewis from Dostoevsky in Space, and I don't normally do call-out videos, but here we are! I'm here today to talk about objectivity in reviewing, because Michael KNIPP seems to think that there is no such thing as objectivity in reviewing, and I thought I would set the record straight. This, yes, is a response to Michael KNIPP. You may have seen one of his many videos on reviewer objectivity. This is something we have discussed quite a bit. If you want to have discussions with Michael KNIPP, check out his channel, join his Discord, because he'll talk to you there. So in his latest video on this topic, Michael mentions a bunch of things that he says that they're subjective.
How good the prose is, how good the story is told, how interesting the characters are, how well the pacing works, how good the story is, how unpredictable the story is. What are some objective things that we can talk about in a book review? Sales, page count.
So that,
the author?
You get the point, right? But my problem with him saying that is that I really think authors can be objectively good or bad at those various things he just listed. Or they could be mediocre, or they could be phenomenal, or they could be average. That's what those words mean. Otherwise, those words mean nothing in relation to books and BookTube. What are we doing here in BookTube? It's all just blah, blah, blah. Now, I will say that certainly not all reviewers are objective. I myself am not a terribly objective reviewer. Sometimes I try. It really depends on the book. But if you know me, you probably are aware of some areas where our tastes are similar and some where they're not. So, you know, subjectivity in reviews can be helpful. But that doesn't mean that there is no such thing as an objective standard. For example, who would disagree with the statement that there's a spectrum of prose, from Rothfuss to Sanderson? I use it regularly when I'm asking my fantasy friends how the prose of a book is. And they'll tell me, you know, it's not quite to Rothfuss, but it's definitely better than Sanderson. Like, that's like, probably 90% of people say that. So that's a very useful spectrum for me. Everybody agrees that Rothfuss, who spends a lot of time on his books, spends a lot of time on his prose. Whereas Brandon Sanderson likes to pump out lots of mind-blowing stories, Rothfuss likes to very carefully and artistically sketch mind-blowing stories that are also very lyrical and beautiful on a prose level. And everybody recognizes those differences. Rothfuss has objectively more beautiful prose than Brandon Sanderson. You could say Brandon Sanderson has objectively more utilitarian prose than Patrick Rothfuss. And those things are objective things to say. Michael, how can you say that's subjective? Sanderson himself admits that he writes clear glass window prose. And he says that Rothfuss writes stained glass window prose. That's a pretty clear way to put it. I think that is what Brandon Sanderson said. I'm sticking with that. Clearly, Brandon Sanderson says that there is a difference between his prose and Rothfuss's. There's an objective difference, Michael. One is more beautiful than the other. One is more utilitarian than the other because he can write like 40 books a year, whereas the other one can only write 2 books in his lifetime? So, I mean, there's trade-offs here. It depends on what the author values, what they're gonna spend their time working on crafting, what really makes them want to write. That's what they spend their time on. No one will disagree with this, except Michael, whose channel is full of lies. Some authors also objectively write better characters than other authors write. Can you honestly tell me that, Michael, that Star Wars book that you read, I don't remember what it was because I don't care. It's like a plot-driven work. Can you honestly tell me that that had better characters than Anne of Green Gables? No, you wouldn't say that because you gave Anne of Green Gables 5 stars for the characters. They are objectively better characters. Now, not everybody cares. Some people may love that Star Wars book way more than Anne of Green Gables, but that's probably because they're not character readers. That doesn't change the fact that the characters in Anne of Green Gables are objectively better. And who would disagree that Words of Radiance is better than Oathbringer in every single way? Okay, I'm just kidding. That really is a matter of what you value in books. I had to throw it in there. What I actually meant to say is, Michael, can you honestly say that the world building in Red Rising is only subjectively more expansive, more detailed than The Hunger Games? You can't say that because it's not true. It is objectively more expansive and detailed than the Hunger Games world building. And there are reasons for that. It's because Hunger Games is a young adult novel. This is another discussion entirely. All I'm saying is this is all very objective. There are objective standards of what is good and what is not. If there's a book that's not good at any of those things that I just mentioned, there's a good chance that it's not very good. Oh, I didn't put plot in there. I'll add plot in there. If it doesn't have good characters, if it doesn't have a good plot, if it's not beautiful, if the setting is just super bland and not well considered at all, it's not a good book, right? Didn't Michael even call Just Leaving a Sea of Stars objectively bad? Is that a secret? Okay guys, all joking aside, Michael's a good friend. There's been a lot of discussion on BookTube about subjectivity versus objectivity. I think it's great. I love discussion. I love everybody who's watching this video. Please don't take any offense. Like I said, I don't normally call people out, but I just thought it would be fun. Is this fun? Please tell me down below if it's fun. Thank you so much, guys. I do really appreciate your support. Please do give me a thumbs up in the corner down below and subscribe if you want to see more from me. Hit that notifications bell if you want to be notified anytime I make new videos. And don't forget to check out down below the Families Together charity, which all of the proceeds from this channel go to. So don't skip those ads. Thanks so much, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.